Alrighty, welcome, welcome, welcome. It is January 28th, 2026, the last stream of January. We are almost 1/12 of the way through the year. 1/12 done. 1 month gone. Are you closer? Are you 1 month closer to your goals, or are you 11 months away from failure? I'll leave you with that question. Silver, we are waiting on a 3C bounce. Silver needs 113.4 to confirm a 3C high volume bounce. There's no long signal until then. If you're looking at Nasdaq, right now Nasdaq is still trickling lower. We have no 3C longs on Nasdaq. So far the market is still kind of bearish across the board, at least temporarily. And we're just waiting for the next situation to set up. Hope everybody's doing good. Welcome to the Bookmap stream. Didn't know I was going to make it today. We were out of electricity. We were out of electricity till late last night, and internet. So we finally got it back, and we're cranking, baby. Just in time for FOMC, which is today at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Be there or be square. Actually, be there and lose money, because FOMC is difficult. All right, Nasdaq is still getting wrecked, 26,203 on down. Looks like they're going to wipe out this 187 liquid. There's very little on the book. Next up is 100, still coming off. High volume spike right there. We do have a high volume spike on this candle. Dropping on down. Oh man, oh man, oh man. What's happening on YouTube? What's up? Welcome, welcome. There's a volume spike on that 1030 candle. We still have liquidity down to 26,100. We have no liquidity up top. On the S&P, we have 11. We have a 7,000. We have 7035, 7050. Very, very light book across the board. Very, very light book across the board. I took SPY 696 puts, looking for a quick dump past the low. Nice 2-dub. Love it, buddy. I love it. And there's our high volume spike. There's a green candle. There's a bottom wick. Can we get a higher high? Love it. You see this? You see that this is why volume is my friend. Volume is my amigo. Is mi amigo. It's mucho bueno. I'm looking for a higher high. Volume comes in. You're good to go. What's up, Dan? My emotional control so far this year is fantastic. I love to hear it. That's a fantastic thing, man. Emotional control will lead to profits. Not only in trading, but in your personal life as well. All right, Nasdaq is 26,215 and coming up. Beautiful stuff, beautiful stuff, beautiful stuff. Love to see it. Silver finally coming along too. Starting to. No long indication on silver yet. We have multiple bounces at high volume area. You need to claim 113.4 for a long position on silver. Nasdaq, beautiful high volume bounce. It appears they're going to give us a 3C here. It appears that way. Especially personal life. New property rentals, wife and kids jabronis. So is my brother. You'll be golfing again. Yeah, buddy. I need to get out on the golf course. It's time to teach the kids how to play some golf. I'll be back in Florida in 2 weeks. Heck yeah, baby. Heck yeah. That Florida's about to be wrecked with some cold weather. It's supposed to be colder in Florida than it is in Alaska this week. How crazy is that? Wait till I send you the pic of you in a Speedo. Make sure you zoom in very far in, Dan. Zoom in far. Not happy about it. It's terrible, man. It's terrible. All right, Nasdaq, beautiful high volume bounce up to 220. That's a 30-point bounce. ES doing the same. Silver is still waiting for 113.5. Fantastic. You can carve out some decent moves today. Decent. That is definitely an outlier move, and we're starting to come along. Later this afternoon, if you want to join us, 2 o'clock will be FOMC posting. We'll be online for that. I don't know how much it'll move, but yeah. And then 2:30. 70% probability for a short in the next 40 minutes. After that, probability drops off to around 45% if we haven't put a new low in. Interesting. Nasdaq is putting on a little bit of a green here. Let's see, do they continue on or do they go low? We will see. We will see. Right now they're still chilling at 222. Rubio says NATO needs to be reimagined. How about deleted? 26,220 up into 250. ES is doing this. Not a lot of movement. Silver is about to give you the 3C long. 3C long. Almost there. Not a lot going on here. Will you stream FOMC on YouTube? Yes, I will. Heading to Florida in 2 weeks, also for a golf trip. Can't wait. Nice, Martin. You and Dan need to hook up. 26,207, red candles, baby. Coming off. That's a 20-point dump right there. 20 points, Viente. It's coming off. They're failing it. They're following this little channel. You see this channel. Moving lower. Moving lower, 26,200. I'll either be in the woods or in the water looking for my ball. There you go. 26,193 once we give out the 190. Silver 3Cs. It's got to hold it. You got to close it. Right now, obviously, 113.4 is the Mac Daddy resistance for silver at the moment. So you have to be patient. If you try to jump in here without confirmation that it's going to absorb, you're going to get wrecked. Now, the positive thing here is that we have no volume spikes. So we tapped the 113.35.4 and we have no volume. Meaning, we may actually breach through here. It's got to hold, absorb, and then we'll come up and we'll fill at least 114 point, let's call it 114, somewhere in this ballpark. And then once it clears that, you'll go right up back up to the highs. Nasdaq's getting wrecked. Here we come. Nasdaq new low of the day. We have $1 billion in call selling. $1 billion. We have liquidity coming on at 162 on Nasdaq. 190. Looking for a breach. At least you made coin. Yeah, buddy. My dad was even bigger than Jabroni. I love it. High volume failure, retest, and dump. I love it. Good stuff. Little SR flip. So once we give out this area, your next target is going to be way on down. You have the overnight low is right here for the session, 26,111. That'll be my first target once we breach lower. It's going to be like the gold dump was driven by silver. So when it caught a bid, it really caught a bid. Yeah, gold's rocketing here. Silver is still trying to capture their 3C. Nasdaq is still going lower here. It hasn't been able to find demand. It's looking like Nasdaq wants to go 162. That's where the liquidity is. There's 182 coming off. 170, 180. Dropping on down, baby. Once it takes 180, we're going to gun for 160. We have 1.3 billion calls sold, 500 million puts purchased. So the option chain is bearish. This is the trend right now, 175 or so. We take this out, we're going to 111, which is overnight low. I'd highly recommend plotting that level. Right here. For Nasdaq. Have you been on? It's been a while since I was on stream. What's up, Vent? How you doing, buddy? Welcome back. Welcome back. Appreciate you stopping in with us. I'm doing very well. Just coming out of the worst ice storm since 1994. It's crazy stuff, man. It's gnarly just going outside and hearing trees snapping every 10 seconds. I have so many trees down on my driveway, it's going to take me a month to clear. It's obscene. It's obscene how many trees I have down. You know what's good, though? It only broke all of the invasive species. All the oaks, all the walnuts, all the hardened native plants. They're standing tall, baby. They're great. It's only the hackberries. It's only the nonsense that are getting wrecked. It's funny how nature works. Yep. That's the good thing about it, man. It's kind of like, you know, forest fires. They do good for the underbrush, or at least plant fires. Oak is amazing, yeah. Yeah. Problem is, man, we're trying to get those chestnuts back, dude. I want those chestnuts back. Chestnuts were actually more prevalent on the eastern seaboard than the oaks and walnuts back in the day. And of course, the blight came over and wrecked everything. All right, here comes Nasdaq, 26,177. Dropping. We're coming down, baby. Looking for 160, then 150. Keep on, you have to maintain a short bias until you have a high volume 3C. High volume 3C. 168 and dropping. Beautiful. All the liquidity is at 160, 150. After that, 111 is overnight low. Oh man. They just strapped into 100 a lot too. 1.2 billion calls sold. I always know when I'm having a bad day, I can come here and Dan will help me laugh. Yeah, I know. Tradeovate sucks today. First time trading options for a year. There's a lot less stressful. Yeah. Yeah, Tradeovate's is not doing well right now on the simulated book. Dan's a good guy. I love having him here. It's good stuff. Can you expand on Guyad's comments about the Fed rescuing the yen? Did those comments he made today? Is that a Tory line? I don't know what that is. No, I'm just plotting the obvious price action here, which means they're just channeling down, channeling down. Now, my personal mechanism is before I take any long plays, I need to see volume spikes down here with a bottom wick and a higher high. Until then, I am maintaining a short bias, and the price action might channel down all the way into the overnight low. To keep from being long in that type of channel, you have to wait for a higher high to take a position. Wait for it to break the channel to the upside before you take a long position. I mean, that's pretty common sense, right? So, yes, you have to wait for a little bit of green to form. You're going to miss out on trying to catch the bottom, but it's going to keep you from trying to take a long while the price action just drifts all the way into 111. I'm like John Madden over here. Boom! Oh my gosh. A few days ago, still have to sell his bonds. I'll have to look at his exact comments. You know, I've tried to dig in on a lot on what he says, and I've learned a lot. Of course, I'm still definitely not the professional on that stuff whatsoever. But the whole theme about that is that, you know, Japan is still trying to save their economy. Things aren't going well for Japan on really a lot of different ways. They have one of the best societies in the world, but their population is dwindling. Elon believes that they've already passed the population collapse line monetarily. You know, the real estate market has taken a beating. The Japanese yen is getting plummeted to new levels. So, you know, they're doing their best to try to repatriate funds to their own economy, and that means they might have to dump United States treasuries. But overall, you know, I'm not sure what he means by our Fed's trying to save the Japanese yen, but his whole theme is that yen carry trade is going to cause an exodus in the United States market, and it's going to cause a sell. But again, he's the professional, not me. All right, Nasdaq is still kind of drifting down. Bottom wick's at 173. What's up, Steven? How you doing, buddy? Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good week. Today, in the state of Virginia, a bill to ban assault weapons was voted out of the committee. It essentially makes gun ownership illegal in Virginia. In Virginia, there's an assault weapons ban defined as any semi-automatic weapon, center-fired rifle, or pistol that expels single or multiple projectiles. It's a Class 1 misdemeanor to possess or sell an assault weapon, under the definition. Interesting. This country's going down the hill, man. Going downhill. Got to go into the office today. Great first day in the group. Nice, Cole. Appreciate you, buddy. Welcome, welcome. I'm glad to have you here. Let me know if you have any further questions. Shall not be infringed means shall not be infringed. Yeah, apparently Virginia needs a reading lesson. That's why I live in Florida. Yeah. We have a little bit of call buying, put selling at the moment. Overall, though, the channel's still being defended. We have liquidity down to 150. Dropping. Red candles. Florida had no tax holiday on weapons. When? I will drive to Florida to buy weapons. If we break this out, I would probably say it's a quick trip to 111. If we can break this area, I would put a good chance on getting down to 111. It's not really holding a bounce. The sell pressure is very strong. Right here. So can we break this and go down to 111? That is the goal, at least. Martin, I love it. All right, 150. $150 liquidity on the book, still heading lower. Still going, 170. There we go, 163. Looking for 111. And what's the big theme here? I've already said it. What's the big theme for looking for a bounce at the moment? There's no volume spike. There is zero volume spike here, which tells us that once the initial bounce fails here on this 930 candle, 1030 Eastern, there's nothing left to hold it up until the next demand, which we haven't found yet. When we have a volume spike, you'll have another small bounce that could lead to a long if you have a 3C confirmation. There you go. Gold to tap number 4. Did silver actually get a 3C? Look, Nasdaq's going, baby. Silver still hasn't gotten a 3C. Still can't get over 113.4. It needs to get over that. Nasdaq is heading lower, baby. 111. Looks real dumpy. It does look real dumpy. It does look real dumpy. $1.12 billion calls, sold 418 million puts, and this is drilling. Liquidity on the Bookmap 26,150. You're welcome, Tim. Appreciate you, buddy. Appreciate you. Is a perfect day for a dump. Yeah, silver's building liquidity higher on the books. I think silver's eventually going to give it to us. The fact that there's no volume spike down here into the 113.4 tells me they're going to absorb, and then they're going to breach. They're going to breach. It's got a shotgun right now on the hinges of the door. It's about to pop the hinges, and then they're going all in, baby. They're going to Mozambique everybody above 113.3, 1.3, 113.4. Red candles coming down. $26,164. What's up, Side Gig? Appreciate you, buddy. If you wouldn't mind hitting that like and subscribe button on the YouTube channel, helps this channel grow, get some more attention. Teach people the ways of the 3 C's, baby, the 3 criteria. Highly encourage you to go over to the YouTube channel and check out that video. A quick 10-minute video can change your life. What are the odds they run it back in FOMC? I would say pretty high. Not to say that they're going to make a bullish move. It's just FOMC is shenanigans. So I could see them popping it back up to 300 and then dumping it all the way back over, and they could do it in about 5 minutes, up and down in 5 minutes. The fact that this market has been so low volume, drifty, bullish since last Wednesday tells me, into an FOMC event, tells me that there's a very good chance that they could rug pull it. FOMC is notorious for that. Notorious. Waiting on part 2 of the 3C series. Yeah, I love it. I've been out of action for about since Saturday with this storm, so we're gonna get it. We're gonna get into it, baby. Call buying at the moment, 893 million calls. I'm stuck in a gold open position for more than an hour, unable to close it. Make sure you screen record. Don't just take screenshots, screen record if that's the case. Prop firms will help you if you have a screen recording showing proof. Wouldn't mind seeing the ES test of Sunday night now. I wouldn't mind seeing the ES test of April 10th lows. That's what needs to be. That's what needs to happen. But hey, that's just me. Hey Phil, I need you to send me the link to your weapons furniture website. I think I'm going to get me some grips. Ready, right? Heck yeah, baby. Discount code OMTPT. I'm gonna post it on. I'm gonna get them and mount them on my AR, and I'm gonna post it on my socials. Maybe people will drum up some business for you. Do this ASAP on TPT and screenshot if open position still on Tradevate for everyone having issues. I'll be honest with you, I didn't even know you could do that. You can go on the website and hit close open positions. There you go. It doesn't work with ARs? Oh no. Well, you make one with ARs, I will buy one, Phil. I'll buy 10 of them, one for all my ARs. 26,177. I'll get my team working on it. Heck yeah, baby. Which, I mean, me and one other guy. I love it. Hey, man, those are the best. Those are the best. Oh, man. Nasdaq still can't put on a high volume bounce, which means I'm not long in nothing. Not long in nothing. We hand finish each one, so it takes time to finish and ship. Hey, that's even better, baby. Yeah, they're gonna try to run it here. Will that fit in MDT? An MDT chassis? It will? Oh, I might have to do some business with it yet. Yeah, I was about to say, it looks like it would fit in MDT. Nasdaq is kind of coming up to fill this liquidity at 200. We have a little bit of put selling and call buying. We have such slow, light volume price action. We're not getting a lot of 3C action here. Silver is getting ready to take it. Is it true that Southwest has changed to assigned seating? There's no way. No way. They did. Silver's putting on a small bounce. Now, the morning low is here. Be aware of 26,203. Now, I'm not in a long position. I didn't take long because I have no 3Cs. 26,203 is the morning low. Silver's finally going, baby. If you want to take a silver, be patient, right? It's coming. Gold is absolutely rocket ships. That is a 3C high volume bounce on gold. Coming up here. Nasdaq still can't make a move. There's no high volume to bounce it. Just tell me how to take a wood Cholula bottle cap and convert it to fit over the charging handle. I love it. Silver's about to go. What is the morning low? I plot a range on my trades, or on my charts, that is the first hour high and low. So you take the first hour of the session, 9:30 to 10:30 Eastern, you plot the highest price, you plot the lowest price, and you exploit them. So Nasdaq right here, you see these this line, and you see this line. That is the morning low and high. So when the price action bounces like this, when it's below the morning low, it's difficult for the price action to bounce and reclaim the morning low. If it does reclaim the morning low, then there's a pretty dang good probability it'll come up and at least capture the 50 and then the high of the day. But most likely what's going to happen on the first attempt, at least the first attempt, is a rejection to retest the lows. So you can have a re-short entry here. So all I'm saying here is that don't get caught up in trying to chase the long position here, especially without any high volume, and get blasted back down trying to play the long. It's a difficult position because right now we are in a technical downtrend session. So play the environment that we're in. What would you say is the entry for silver? I can't quite capture high enough. For silver, it's this red line for me at least. I mean, look at it. I mean, I know I've picked the right level because it keeps rejecting it. So I do not want to be long under this level. I want to see that they're going to breach it, which I think they're about to do, and then go up. I think if I had to put a trade on this, I'd say that silver's going to breach and at least capture the 50% and then go from there. Nasdaq is starting to go. Right now, 26,205 is the morning low. They are starting to buy a ton of calls, so they've bought back $1 billion worth of calls in the past 15 minutes, and they are selling off puts. But they can't even break the trend line here. They have this little trend line they can't break. I'm not a trend line player, but I have to admit my curiosity has peaked with them, so I've been plotting them just to kind of focus on it, just to not focus on them, but observe them. But I still don't trade off of them. I don't trust them. That is genius. My wife has arthritis, can't grip small handles. Interesting. We're in the VWAP fast lane. Nice. Trump speaking now? Is he? I don't even know that. What's he talking about? Yeah. Here is the link to Trump's speech if you want to watch it. He's talking about Trump accounts that you can put, what, $7,500 a year? What is it? I don't know what kind it is for a kid. Silver can't claim the high, so no long position on silver. All right. All right, there goes silver. There goes silver. Yahtzee. Yahtzee. Blasteroni finally absorbing. This is absorption style price action. It is good that we have no volume here to breach because that means there's no supply. We just wipe it clean. They attack at least the 50% range, and now if they close that, high of the day is likely, and you can make all the money that you need right there on that one trade. You can make your month profit on this one trade right there. Nasdaq still cannot even claim the morning low. That would have been a great short position off the morning low. Still going, baby. Still going. Nasdaq has 26,162 liquidity. I am suspicious of a bullish move. Very, very slow price action. Silver is just freaking going, baby. Freaking going. Blew the target. And off we go. Let's see, this weekend we're supposed to have extreme wind chills. It's supposed to feel like -1 here. Get another storm this weekend. Sounds like it. Sounds like it. Silver is absolutely extraordinary right now. Absolutely extraordinary. Walking through that whole setup. It's beautiful stuff. Liquidity on the Bookmap says 26,150, although it's incredibly light. The price action has kind of stalled. Like I said, I'm not going super bullish on anything until I see a volume. You know, when the market drops 150 points, you expect some volume to kind of reverse it. Now, it's possible to reverse without volume, but most of the time you have volume, some sort of volume spike. Until you see that, no 3Cs, no long. We have about 11 minutes left, and we're going to call it a day. Still coming off. Might actually get the snow. Silver, extraordinary. Nasdaq, still doing what we thought it would. TOV started working. I had about 25 contracts on when I was pressing the button during the outage. Uh-oh. Touch on the silver trade because of the low volume absorption price action. Are you willing to enter? Price broke 133. Yeah, so the fact that there's no volume there tells my brain that I'm not expecting rejection off that price, and the fact that they stuck there. So you have this price action where we have the volume spike to stop it. Then you have all these little ticks off of it, ticks, 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 and then this little wedge is this bullish triangle, which bullish triangles are bullish like that because it's absorption. Price action tightens, telling us that the rejections are weakening. The sellers are weakening. The fact that we have no volume spikes, and then finally, blip, we absorb. The buyers overcome the sellers, and we blast. So all this is just price action analysis. It's just understanding the way price action goes. You remember, the third C is an art form. The third C, the more experience you have, the more valuable the third C is to you. Because it tells you, like, you're reading this price action, this is a high likelihood of a breach, and then bam, 114.24. Now, if we had a high volume rejection, then I'd say likely we have to recapture 111.9 first. But we didn't do that. Nasdaq is getting wrecked. I'm not playing any bounces on Nasdaq until I have a high volume 3C bounce, which means higher highs. They just put in a new low right here. Trade of 8 putting a risk lock on today's session. Only for the simulated book. Live book is still good. Nasdaq's coming down, 26,158. No volume spike, no bounce. They're selling off the calls, they're buying puts. I would say Nasdaq wants 111. Bring me a higher love, baby. Silver, still absolutely extraordinary. Nasdaq is still getting wrecked. New low of the day. Another 40 points will tap low of the day. What do you think is going to happen at the overnight low? At least for one candle. Plus or minus a couple of points at the overnight low, we'll experience a bottom wick. That's just being aware of conditions. We have the overnight low here. We have the prior session low is way down there. That won't happen until after FOMC if it does. Any questions about anything before we wrap up the stream here in a few minutes? Top Step shuts down 5 accounts in a $25,000 payout, claiming credit card fraud. Interesting. How are the last couple of days for you? We only got 2 or 3 inches worth of snow, but we got, I think they said 0.57 inches of ice, and that was debilitating. I've got this big farm, and we've lost hundreds of trees of various sizing. Our driveway is riddled with trees. It's awful. We lost power from Saturday until this morning. Lost internet and power, and they finally put it online. But city was well prepared. The city was well prepared. They did an extraordinary job clearing. I was very impressed with how they handled it. But it was rough, man. Trees were snapping left and right. It sounded like a war zone when you went outside. I don't know why, but it feels like an FOMC rally. Well, the fact that they're dumping this into an FOMC, well, dumping is a very light word, tells me they could possibly set up for a bounce, at least initially. I was hoping they'd stay green because the more green they are in FOMC, the more likely they're going to dump it. So we'll see. This could be a reset. That's saying a lot coming from someone who's been in a war zone. Yeah. Do I have a volume support? We have a very light volume support, so I guess it is a volume spike. It's not a lot of volume, but it is a volume spike. Not a lot to get me into something long here, but just wait for the 3 C's. If all else fails, wait for the 3 C's. Apple is reportedly planning to integrate Starlink into the iPhone 18 with a potential release in 2026. That is extraordinary. That is extraordinary. That'll be the first innovative thing Apple does that's worthwhile in years. Did I tell you that I'm buying SpaceX the second they go public? I'm going to do everything I can to buy as much Starlink stock or SpaceX stock as I can. I'm telling you, man, SpaceX is going to be the next Apple in the coming 20 years. Buy as much SpaceX stock as you can. That is extraordinary. What's your due diligence for supporting the SpaceX IPO? Starlink is under the umbrella of SpaceX, and the value of Starlink to humanity and infrastructure is extraordinary. Its military applications is ridiculous, and I can't speak on that, but it's ridiculous. The infrastructure capabilities of just the ability to provide internet anywhere in the world is extraordinary. I've always been a believer of invest in stuff that the people cannot live without, and having internet anywhere and everywhere. I mean, me personally, do I need Starlink? No, but I'm gonna get it. I have to rebuy it because I destroyed my satellite, simply because of the off-grid capabilities. Like, why would you not want to have Starlink, even if you have high-speed fiber internet to your house? That's it's extraordinary investment. It's extraordinary investment. And then you throw in the fact that they're about to incorporate with Apple, the biggest cell phone producer in the world. Yeah, sign me up. Forget about your political bias towards Elon and just don't be stupid and just buy what's going to make you money. What is a max speed? Several hundred megabytes. Not to mention, if you're on the left side of the aisle and you hate Elon, why? He went to Washington and he got rejected by it. Shouldn't that be a good thing? Anyway, I won't go down that rabbit hole, but Washington spat him out. Do you ever think Optimus robots will sell big? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the robots. All right, y'all. I've got about 10 seconds here, and I have to shut down the stream. This is the end of our Bookmap stream, unfortunately. So if you have any questions about anything, please hit me up. I'll be happy to answer any questions I have about the system, about anything we walk through here. Other than that, if you want to hang out with us again, we'll be doing this again with Bookmap next Wednesday at the same time, 10:30 Eastern, 9:30 Central. Other than that, we will be live streaming every day in the Discord server, the Options Millionaire Discord server. Come out and join with us. TheOptionsMillionaire.com. Hope you have a good rest of the day. I'm out. See you.